Hey, welcome to my channel. There's not much to say. Sorry. Um, let's be honest. You could tank all you want to. I mean, the Giants should tank the season, but I mean, honestly, what is it going to do? Because like, there's no one in this draft class that's worthy of a number one pick. I mean, you could say, oh yeah, that the kid from Miami, University of Miami, or Miami U, the Hurricanes. Yeah, he's doing well, but it might be because of the program. Quite honestly, because like when he went to Washington State for 2 years, I mean there was not much there, and then all of a sudden he comes to Miami U. So it's more of I think it's the program itself, not him. Because let's be honest, we're seeing Deshaun Watson, and look what's happening to him basically with Cleveland. It was the system that he was in with Texans, where any other offensive coordinator that needs a system that's going to work for them, but now for the quarterback, that quarterback has to adjust, and Watson does not know how to adjust. So this kid in Miami might not be able to adjust. I mean, I'll say this: looking at or watching today's game between the Bears and Commanders, I mean, that was a phenomenal finish, quite honestly, to the point where, like, what Jaden Daniels did was almost Roger-esque. Aaron Rodgers, basically. Roger-esque as far as the Hail Mary aspect of things. Um, he kind of reminded me a little bit of Aaron Rodgers as well, too, quite honestly. I think it's more so to the point where, like, we might see him for a while. The Commanders, I think, have found their QB for the next 10 years for sure. I think they found it, or next 12 years, most likely. The Bears, Caleb Williams, he's good. He's improving. I'm surprised that he's improved this much dramatically, but he could be another Justin Fields and Trubisky as well too. We'll have to wait and see the second season, but he kind of reminds me a little bit too much of like Cam Newton, where Cam Newton was, where he was elevating each year to the point where like when he got to the Super Bowl, I think he peaked and he just fell off that cliff. And I think that's what's going to happen to him. He doesn't remind me of anyone else of that nature where he might be in that longevity aspect of things for being a QB. I mean, there are times where he almost reminded me of Vince Young, and Vince Young did not survive, last for that long. Um, it'd be good if he was like a sort of a McNabb type of person, but I mean, honestly, it doesn't look like that. Um, Now, for the Giants themselves, though, I would not be surprised if Neighbors is would go to the Commanders because it probably makes more sense for him to go to the Commanders to rejoin with Daniels. I mean, Burrows and Chase basically they're a one-two punch, but it's just their defense is not working so well with Cincinnati. Um, had the Giants had a better offense, might be a different story. Had had a better quarterback, different story I think as well too. Um, Granted, yeah, the Giants' offensive line has to rework itself, unfortunately, but Daniel Jones, I don't think is that future. I don't know who would be your stopgap, basically, like what Kerry Collins was and Kurt Warner was. I don't think we'll have a stopgap for that because I don't know who you can get. Like a Kirk Cousins is kind of too late. Matt Ryan, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know who we could use, quite honestly. It's sad to see, but looks like Jones has got to be that player until we find someone. Um, uh, I honestly don't know what the Giants could do at this point. I hate to say this, but like it's sad to see Dable get fired, but chances are he's going to get fired. Shown possibly as well too. I hate to say it, but he might get fired as well too, even though it's not on him. But he couldn't do much, and the thing is, he could have made some trades. So the real question comes down to this: is even if they tank the season and get the number one pick, will that do any good for them? I don't think so. I don't think there's anyone in this draft class right now. Honestly, in this upcoming draft class, I don't think there's anyone that's a standout, as you would see. Um, it'd be good to see if like the Giants can trade that number one pick and get a future unprotected first round pick, the way the Bears did with the Panthers. I mean, let's be honest. Like, look what the Panthers did. The Bears got lucky, so this would be great if the Giants could sort of replicate that from that perspective. But it's very highly doubtful. I mean, who do you trade that that's probably going to suck the following year? I don't know. Unless there's someone that needs a QB so very badly. I mean, it's possible. Like the Panthers. They could do that, but I don't know what will happen there. I'm kind of curious. You have a Bryce Young over at um, Carolina, which chances are he's not going to be the quarterback for the future, as you see. Uh, similar, similarly, you have also uh, what's her name? Trey Lance. I think it's Lance. Yeah, 49ers former QB. I don't think he'll be good at anything, and for the Giants, anyways. I don't think it's going to work for him. But maybe Bryce Young, maybe I don't know. I honestly don't know too much about it because like the way I saw him play, but I don't think he had the right mentors per se or the right coaches. Dable might be able to squeeze something out of him. I mean, Bryce Young might be better than Daniel Jones for all we know. I don't know. I mean, maybe the Giants maybe trade a eighth or seventh round draft pick, maybe sixth round draft pick for Bryce Young because like I know the Panthers are willing to get rid of him. They're not going to keep him. They might as well get rid of him. Um, or maybe the Panthers might just release him and then the Giants can probably sign him. I don't know. We'll see. Drew Lock. I mean, I don't think we're going to see much from him. Quite honestly, it'd be great if we could, but I doubt we're going to see that. But I don't know. We have to wait a couple more games and see how that works out. Because like quite honestly, I think it's maybe time to bench Daniel Jones, put Drew Lock in. Let's see how he does. It also put from that perspective, it also saves the Giants for future cap space next year as well too. When that guarantee kicks in, I think the Giants just bench him, put in Drew Lock because Daniel Jones has not proven otherwise that he should be the number one QB. Let's see how Drew Lock works out. Honestly, I have a highly doubt that's going to do anything. If it is, I'd be really amazed, but I doubt it. But like I said, Bryce Young, maybe I don't know. I mean, everyone doubted me about Darno, as well as Baker Mayfield. So it'd be interesting to see how that works out too. But in any case, I'll leave it at that. Um, Let me know your thoughts. Do you think the Giants should tank and pick that kid out of Miami for the QB, or should the Giants probably trade this year's number one draft pick for a future unrestricted draft pick of next year, the following, maybe not next year, but the year after maybe, because I don't see any quarterbacks that are outstanding. That's going to be in this draft class for this upcoming draft class. Next year's draft class, kind of interesting to see how that works, but I doubt that there's anything like really game changing. I don't think we're going to find another Tom Brady or Joe Montana type of person. Basically, it'd be great if we could find someone like that nature, but I doubt that's going to be the case. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, of course, always unrehearsed. Until next time.